chance for us.
The contrast, brighter, there's no chance. The breathy voice, which is usually not seen as a good thing inside classical singing, because again, in classical singing, you need to sing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis, and today we are listening to Andrea Bocelli and Brian May, Who Wants to Live Forever. This is one of, if not my favorite Queen song, especially because of the movie Highlander, especially after watching the movie. What a fantastic movie, what a fantastic concept, and what a beautiful song. And I'm excited to hear Andrea Bocelli singing that song. Also, an amazing singer, like needless to say, of course. So let's give it a go. But if you are new to the channel, my name is Kyle Lish. I'm a singer-songwriter and voice teacher. As a singer-songwriter, my latest single, Leave It All Behind, is out. So I'll leave the link up here for you to check it out. I'm proud to say that I'm not only a vocal coach, but I'm a singer myself. So I'm on the battlefield as well. If you are into rock, if you like high vocals, distorted guitars, you might like the song, and it would mean the world to me if you could give it a listen and let me know your thoughts on it. If I were to compare, I would say that my song sounds a bit more like Queen than Andrea Bocelli. Just because of the rock and roll vibes. But, well, I haven't heard this version here yet. Let's give it a go. As a voice teacher, my work is based on laryngeal physiology, so pretty much what the muscles that we have inside our larynxes, they do in order to achieve the sounds that we have in contemporary singing. And that's pretty much what we'll be analyzing here. And if you want to become my singing student, I'll leave the link down below for you to check out my online singing program, Building Your Voice, in there we cover a range of different techniques. We do not cover classical singing, it's all on contemporary singing, so how to belt, how to sing with soft sounds, which you call passive vocal schemes, but also how to sing with active vocal schemes for you to belt out those high notes, but also sing low notes with power and presence and warmth and depth. But of course, passive vocal schemes for you to be expressive, vocal distortions, yeah, which are a big part of contemporary singing. So how you can make vocal distortions rasp, yeah, in a way that will not hurt your voice, that is perfectly safe. We talk also about ornaments, vibratos, yodels, runs. Well, we have a vocal exercise library with exercises for you to practice each of the techniques that we cover inside the course. We even have a lesson on how to create your own vocal exercises for you to work on specific challenges that you're facing in the songs that you're practicing. All of that and much more. Check the link and you have all of the info, all of the topics that we cover in there. All right, now without further ado, let's listen to Andrea Bocelli, Who Wants to Live Forever. Yeah, I knew it. He's with Brian May.
There's no time for
And Brian May is singing. This is really beautiful.
us. There's no place for us. What is this thing?
That brightness thing. Active vocal folds. We have, well, I'm pretty sure we have some serious compression going on here because it sounds strong. It sounds hard, compressed. And here compressed at the physiological level. So I imagine that to make it sound not so loud, they are using some compression there, but that's normal. Contemporary singer.
That builds up.
And now passive, that builds, and we don't have a huge gap when it comes to volume. We don't have a big difference because of the post compression.
Dreams, yes.
Yeah, that breathy voice there. By the way, breathy voice, how we call it, is one of the different vocal schemes that we have in contemporary singing, according to Vocal Anthropophysiology. And if you're new to the channel, you might not know that, but Vocal Anthropophysiology is pretty much the framework for my work as a teacher. It is a field of study and intervention in voice that deals with the anthropological context, how the vocal behaviors develop in the environment of different cultures, and also the physiology, of course, how our physiology will adapt to those scenarios, to those environments, groups, cultures.
Away from us.
And of course, inside vocal anthropophysiology, we categorize these vocal behaviors in vocal schemes. So we have different vocal schemes depending on how the muscles are arranged, interacting with each other. So each physiological arrangement is a vocal scheme, and this would be the breathy voice, one vocal scheme. Hey, 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 in which the vocal folds are in passive tension, but we also have other muscles, and here more specifically the posterior cricoid muscles, which are responsible for opening the vocal folds, and these muscles are acting here so that we can have that breathiness in the sound. Forever! Here we have a lower larynx, of course. Bocelli is an amazing singer. He is trained in classical singing, in which it's really important to have your larynx lower. Hot, hot! So you can even see his third notch, his Adam's apple, a bit lower. The mouth opening is also more vertical. Ha, ha. And a lot of vibrato. Ha! Beautiful. Also important to say, even though a classically trained singer, Bocelli is quite contemporary. We will see him using contemporary techniques. I've seen Bocelli using vocal distortions before, for instance. I don't remember exactly when. This is something that we could even discuss here on the channel if I am able to find it again. By the way, if you heard Bocelli using vocal distortions, please remind me in the comment section where, because I can't remember where, but I remember hearing him using vocal distortions before. Maybe in the song that he sang with Ed Sheeran. Now I don't remember. However, I'm pretty sure I've seen him using vocal distortions, and sometimes you have a more contemporary / popular vocal track shape. This is what we're having here. This is not pure classical technique. No, we can already see some contemporary / popular tweaks in here.
There's no chance for us.
The contrast, brighter, there's no chance. The breathy voice, which is usually not seen as a good thing inside classical singing, because again, in classical singing, you need to sing to a theater, you need to fill that theater up with sound, and without a microphone, it would be harmful to do that with a breathy voice, and that's the reason. The classical technique is made to be functional, just as the contemporary technique, but in contemporary technique, we already assume that this guy here, the microphone, is part of our instrument, and in classical singing, you assume that it's not. And you need to have a technique that is functional to the environment that you need to sing in without the microphone.
It's all decided for us.
He's so close, so close to a vocal distortion called phaser that I think that we will have that real soon. So decided, which would be this kind of distortion. It's so decided for us. I think that we have that Bryan Adams, Steven Tyler sound.
This world has all sweet moments.
Because he's using that breathy voice, and then active, and then breathy voice, and then active, and then if he commits any, in quotation marks here, mistake, and stay in the middle, we will have a phaser voice.
Set aside for us. Want to live forever. Want to live forever.
Guys, this is the most beautiful Queen song. No way. Those harmonies. And it hits that smile. That smile is when you feel. If you are a singer, you know what I'm talking about here. We all have those moments where you're on stage and you feel this way. Guys, for a couple times I had the opportunity of singing the song live and having someone play the violin, playing this solo on the violin for me. And it's out of this world. This solo is incredible! Look at this too.
But touching my tears with your lips, touch my heart with your fingertips.
Choir, they're beautiful. I wonder if the only microphone that Bocelli has is that microphone on the stand that Brian May is also using because it's quite far. He has the volume to reach it, but of course we would lose harmonics, and I think that might be the reason why we don't have as much presence on his voice as we do for Brian May. There's just some warmth that is not there. And I believe it might be because the microphone is far and is not getting all of those frequencies, especially the lower frequencies. But it sounds amazing nonetheless. I did! This is not classical technique. He's already entering the realm of rock singers here. Of course, we as rock singers, we would make it a bit brighter. If I were to sing this myself, to live forever, I would make it brighter and add distortions. He has his own microphone. Amazing. Probably we don't have a lot of gain then, of course, because the microphone is quite close to his mouth. And as a classically trained singer, I'm pretty sure he has some serious volume going on there. I don't think those are in-ears. I think that what he has on his ears is pretty much just to isolate the sound, because I'm pretty sure he's not used to how loud rock settings like this might be, and he wants to take care of his hearing. However, it might be the case that those are in-ears and he's also receiving the feedback from his voice, but they also have like pretty good monitors on the ground here. So I don't know. If I were to guess, I would say that those are just to isolate.
Who waits forever away?
Imagine being on stage with Andrea Bocelli. Epic.
Thank you very much. I was
Two
so
legends.
excited, so nervous.
Who wouldn't be? Two absolute legends. Alright, guys, that's our analysis for Andrea Bocelli and Brian May, Who Wants to Live Forever. Let me know what you think of this song, what you think of this particular performance, and of course, what you think of my analysis. If you want to become my singing student, check out the link in the description to get all of the information on my singing program, Building Your Voice, and that covers a range of different topics inside vocal technique. We talk about how to belt, how to sing with presence and compression and power, when we of course talk about the active vocal schemes, but then we also talk about how to sing soft sounds and gentle sounds whenever you want to be really expressive with your voice, and you be achieving that by using passive vocal schemes. We have a complete module on vocal distortions, how to practice and apply them in a way that will not hurt your voice, because of course we don't want to hurt our voices practicing vocal technique. We have a vocal exercise library with exercise for you to practice each of techniques that we cover inside the course. All of that and much more. Lessons on physiology, lessons on breathing support, ornaments, all of that and much more. I'll leave the link here. You can check all of the info and all of the content that we have inside the course in the link in the description and pinned comment. I'll also leave a card up here for you to check out the playlist with my original music. It would mean the world to me if you could go there and give it a listen. I know that oftentimes you'll be listening to vocal coaches and wondering, okay, but how does this person sound when they sing for real? I know that they can speak about voice, but can they sing? And I'm proud to say that I'm on the battlefield just like yourself. If you are a singer, I'm always writing music, recording music, releasing music, and again, it means a lot to me whenever you guys send your feedback on my songs. Alright, if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe the channel. That helps a lot with the algorithm so that these videos can reach more people. That's it for the day. You enjoy your coffee, you enjoy your day, and remember, if your concepts cannot be seen here in the real world, then they must change and not the world. See you in the next video.